live. This Hangout is on the air. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, February 17th, 2015, and this is Lunch with Len. And our special guest today, Larry Ryan, who's going to tell us about the success he's been having recently with solo ads. Now, Bob, you're out there. I tried to bring you across a couple times. Nothing happened. So I don't know if you're not clicking on the link or your computer's not working. You want to message me and tell me what's up? It's up to you if you want to come across or not. And before I turn it over to you, Larry, I made a comment last week that maybe we ought to help each other, and I guess I sort of dropped the ball. But I think so. You put up a post this morning, Chris, about I see Chris is eating her Subway sandwich. All we get is a picture of Chris. So what I think we wanted to do is have people go ahead and post in the chat, or not in the chat, in the group, Lunch with Len group, their links to their fan pages and also to their YouTube channels. And what else, Chris? Hello, Michael.
I think that was the only two things we were going to do.
Okay.
We were going to go comment on a couple of videos.
Okay.
And subscribe to the channel.
Right. Okay. So what we want to do is have everybody subscribe to everybody's YouTube channel, comment on videos, and also make sure everybody has liked everybody's fan page.
I'm up for that. That's fine with me. I like that.
Yeah. So I think we can use the group, the Lunch with Len group. Hello, Craig. We can use the Lunch with Len group. Well, I'm getting feedback.
Yeah, I've got my earphones in. I don't know if it's for me or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's for me. Anyhow, let me put mine in. So we can use the Lunch with Len group as a place to post that stuff. And Chris,
I think you were hearing my potato chips crunch.
What's that, Chris?
I think you were hearing my potato chips crunch.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna.
All right. So, like I said, we have. Let's go ahead and start off with Larry. Larry's been having some success with solo ads, so he's gonna tell us what he's been doing with solo ads, and then Craig, Bob, Mike, Michael, anyone else who's out there that wants to come across and play with us, I'll bring you all across in a little bit. We'll let Larry. I don't know how long you're gonna talk, Larry. So we'll just.
I don't know either.
Okay.
Sometimes once I start, I don't stop. Yeah, I use a service called Udemy, UDIMI, for solo ads. It used to be SafeSwap. SafeSwap doesn't do solo ads. Everybody from SafeSwap went over to Udemy.
Okay.
So
that explains that, because I used to use SafeSwaps.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do they even still exist? I haven't used them in a long time.
They do for if you want to do a ad swap.
Okay.
You can do it, but as far as buying solos, you have to go to Udemy. Let me.
Okay.
How do you spell that again?
UDIMI. And which one do I do? The Google Hangouts or entire screen?
You know what? It doesn't matter. I've always used the entire screen.
Entire screen.
Yeah, so I should experiment with that so I can answer that question in the future.
Can you guys see my screen?
We can see it.
Okay, and it's a UDIMI, and it's the same thing. You have to, here's the money I have in my account. I just bumped it up yesterday. Now, when I want to go, I have several people I use for swipes, but here is my swipes. Here's the ones I already have all set up, and my MLSP one is you earn high commissions. So I've already have these in here, and I got them right from MLSP. If you see now, where you click here now, you highlight that, and you can put your link in, but it already has my link. in there. So I saved that.
So that's a swipe from Mastery?
Yes, that's this is a Mastery trial swipe.
Okay.
And I just put the whole thing in here. You put the title up. And you know what? The reason why, I think down the road I'm going to change them a little bit. But as far as copywriting and stuff, those guys are 1,000 times better than I am at the moment. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to do what they're doing. So when I want to buy a solo, I can just go over here, and here's a list of all the people, selling solo ads. And what I look for, I'll show you a guy I've used before. Actually, I've used a bunch of these people. Like Heather here, I've used her. She's good. She always over-delivers. She, if you buy 100, you're going to get it sometimes 125. Her solos now, if you saw before, it was her niche is internet marketing, which is what we want also. But she's already got everything taken until Saturday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick somebody else to do one, and I'm going to go back to.
So.
Yes.
Just go ahead. I'll be quiet.
Who did I want to do? Hold on one second.
Chop it a bit with a couple of questions, but I'll shut up until you're done.
All right. I use this guy every so often, and I've had good results from him. I'm going to buy Thursday. I'm going to buy some clicks, and all I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to go. I'm going to do 100 clicks, and then I'm going to pick my. This is my MLSP one. So I'm going to double check. I always double check to make sure it's still there. Sometimes the link goes away, but all you have to do. So I'm getting 100 clicks for 39 cents a click, and you buy it, and within a half hour to an hour, you usually get a response that they took it. And you can see the solos I've had out there. I had Jan. He gave me 110 out of 100 I bought. This Liz Hall gave me 170 or 194 out of 175. I don't. This is I haven't used Liz that much, so I've got a bunch of leads. I mean, if you look. These are the last couple of days of all the leads that have come in from MLSP. In fact, I deleted a bunch of them. So I mean, they're just in my thing, and I'm gonna call them. But basically, it's pretty simple. You just have to put. I think you have to put like $100 in there for the first time, and then you just top it up whenever you want. And I have it linked to my PayPal account.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really simple.
Right. Solo ads they really are simple. Now in the past, and I used Safe Swaps, and I used a couple of other providers, but I didn't have a lot of great luck with them. But again, when I was using them, I was very new to this business, and I was. Like he had to be a fishing pole and tell me to go catch salmon. I was probably in the wrong river.
Well, you know what? I got to be honest. I mean, I was having a hard time before calling my leads and doing that, and now I call them and talk to them, and I'm having better luck with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm better at marketing now than I was before, also.
And with these solo ad providers, are you getting? What's the percentage that actually give you a phone number?
I would say I would probably 50%.
Okay. 'Cause that was
Sometimes 40%.
yeah, because that was one of the other things that I found is, um, at least in the ones that I ran in the past, a very low percentage actually provided a phone number. So,
Yeah.
you know, you run 100 clicks, and you get maybe 5 or 10 phone numbers at most out of the clicks. So,
But you know, I would start off, if I'm starting off, um, I would just do 50, you know,
Yeah.
maybe even 70, 25. So I don't know if you can do, some might let you do 25, but it's, you have to find people you work with. And actually, this is the second time I'm using, I don't always like to use the same swap with the same guy, but the one I just did is, I just did it, I don't have any other swaps in there, so I'm curious to see how this one's going to go.
okay. And then the other curiosity question that I would have, just out of curiosity, is what are you using for a follow-up? Are you using follow-up email sequence? Are you using the MLSP sequence, or have you written your own?
I use the MLSP sequence. I mean, I've integrated with mine, and then on Wednesdays, I mean, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'll send an email blast out for the Wednesday free training. And actually, I sent 3 people to that last week, and they all loved it. So to me,
you've actually gotten some MLSP signups out of this, right?
yes, yeah. And in fact, it's funny. The last one I got, she never even put her phone number down, but she liked it.
Okay. So Craig's asking a question: is it too new to judge the quality of them?
Is what too new, Craig?
I don't know.
Is it this Udemy? You know, so here's the deal. I still don't have all my stuff set for my blog, which is my fault. I got to get my head out of my butt and get going. So I don't have a blog to put my content. In fact, tomorrow I probably have. You know what, Craig? The price I paid $39. So it's it was 39 cents a click. But tomorrow, I probably have 40 or more videos on YouTube, and I was setting them up wrong and stuff. And a guy I met, and the first thing I was in was this real estate stuff years and years ago. I'd met it. He recognized my name through there, and he just called and talked to me. And tomorrow he goes, I can get you more clicks on your videos. So tomorrow I'm going to go over and we're going to go through, re-edit about 3 or 4 of them. In fact, I didn't even realize that I have about 7 videos that the title of it is My Video. So,
Oops.
Yeah, and then I don't really have any SEO stuff on there and stuff like that. So, but you know what? To me, it's doing it bad is better than not doing it at all. But I'm not going to have to shoot any videos because I'm going to delete the ones that I've done wrong, and I'm going to redo them and put them back out. He has 7 videos out, this guy, with 92,000 views.
Wow. Hey, take good notes from what he teaches you. You come back and teach it to the rest of us.
I will. I told him he should create his own product for this, you know. In fact, I talked to him. He's got cerebral palsy. And but you know what? I'm taking him out to lunch tomorrow, and we're going to go sit down with my laptop, and we're going to go over this.
Neat. So this, does anybody? I know, Chris. I know you've never done solo ads. So, and Larry, you jump right in the beginning. Is there any sort of fundamental, elementary stuff that you'd like us to talk about, Chris, or anybody else? What is a solo ad? Does everybody know? Any questions?
I don't know whether it's
A solo ad is, see, these people, I don't know if you saw the size of their lists, but they have 42,000 people on their list that they email out every day to. They probably have, some of them have up to over 100,000 people on their email list. And what they do is they're going to send this email out for me, the swipe that I sent with my link on there, and it's going to go out to their list. And you know, people are going to look at it, and what they do is they allow you so many clicks. So I ordered 100 clicks and I might just get 100, or sometimes I've had them give me over 50 more than I do it. I've done it a lot more for my Remarka Mobile business, my main business, and it's just that that's I had success with that, but they don't. The company keeps the leads. You get the connection. You can put them into your email list, but they have their own autoresponder series and they send it out. But I'm also getting kind of tired of that too. Now that I'm more on my own with MLSP and I'm contacting my own people, I might be looking at change. So, does anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah, what's the average cost on them, Larry, per 100?
Between 39 cents and higher ones, I think, are 41 cents.
Per
Sometimes
lead.
so
Per click.
Yeah,
Not for 100, Larry.
I'm sorry, $39 to. Let me take a look at some of these. I'm paying most of the time. 100 is, this is at 33 cents. There's another one for $34. So about 34 cents a click on some of them. Some of the other ones were 41 cents, but they really didn't have a disc. I have, like I said, about 5 people I use, and you've got to kind of experiment with them, and try them out and see what's happening.
So,
how long does it take to go over 100 clicks? Is that all done in one day, or what?
Sometimes it's 2 days.
Okay.
Cool. Up to you, Larry, but maybe you don't mind posting the names in the group of the people that you've had good luck with.
Oh, sure.
Of course, well, yeah, and there's a pro and con to that, of course. Now, we're talking to a small enough group of people here that if every one of us went out and bought 100 clicks, it's not going to make a dent in the water of these people that have 100,000 names on their list.
No, and
but it is also a good idea, and I will warn people that are brand new to solo ads. It is a good idea, if and when you can, to ask the provider how frequently they run ads for. Now, let's say you're going to run an ad for MLSP, you're going to run an ad for Mastery. Ask them how frequently they run an ad for Mastery and how many they've had recently, because it's possible that their list is saturated with Mastery and you're not going to get any good. You'll get the clicks, but the quality is going to be low. Because, yeah. So that's one thing to bear in mind. So.
And another thing to bear in mind, I have to. I'm getting to the point now where I want to change up my swipes to do it, and I usually change them up after I've used them 2 times with one person. The one I just did today is going to be was the 3rd time I'm going to use the same one. Some of these providers said my list is big enough. It's not going to make a difference because 42,000 people, they're not going to all see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've got, right now, from the stuff I did over the weekend, I probably have maybe 75 calls to make.
Yeah. Well, and these people segment their list too. So,
yeah.
When you buy 100 clicks, then they're segmenting their list. So.
You want to see the ad?
Sure.
Yeah, I can show you what I did. Okay.
Michael, welcome, by the way.
Thanks, Len.
My solos. My swipes. Here is the. I'll show you one that I use for my my other company, and this is it. It's just got a title. It's an email, and I send it out. And this is what I got from my company, and then. For my company, what I usually try to do is do a that's got my own one, but I try to what do you call it? I do a tracking system so I can look into my back office to see. But yeah, these are a bunch of different ones I've used.
Okay. Now, the other thing for people that aren't familiar with solo ads to know is that most solo ad providers, you can't send anything that's paid. You can't have a paid ad. It has to offer something free.
Oh, actually, you know what? There's also one other thing that you have to remember is sometimes in an email swipe that they have for these things, they'll put the, click your link here a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
In a solo ad, you got to take one of them out. You can only have one clickable link.
Right.
In a solo ad.
And it has to go to a free offer of some sort.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for example, MLSP Mastery is a good candidate for solo ads because
it is
a free webinar.
And I've sent them to Ray Higgins, webinar on top 10 lists to use to prospecting tips from a top income earner. I've sent them to Ray's, and I got people on the list for that.
Cool.
So.
Good. Alrighty.
But you can, Bob, you can use MLSP swipes, and I use my regular company ones too. They put swipes in there also. So it doesn't have to be MLSP. MLSP swipes get on my list, where the other ones I have to import them. And but like I said, my company and I might be tiring of each other. So.
Okay.
I'd heard of solo ads before, but most everyone talks about how the quality of the leads are low, and that kind of made me stay away from them. But you're experiencing some good responses with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's say I do 66. Let's say I do 200 leads, and I get one sale. I've more than covered the cost of it. But also, I noticed that when I do send out email blasts on my list, where people that the opt-out rates are not that big. In fact, within the last 2 weeks, I think I've had 2 or 3 people to opt out of my list. And like I said, once I get my blog set, I'm going to, I'm going to email the blog stuff I do every day to them. Are these people looking for a network? Well, yeah, there's, there is, if you look at these people that tell you, if you look here, it's internet marketing, and this guy is 21,533, not verified. So you just have to go through and take a look at them and see. Now he's got 29,000 verified, and it's also internet marketing.
Yeah. So
I can actually tell you, what I can, but I will definitely where do you want me to post this in the group, in the Lunch with Len group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I'll do that.
Yeah. But let me come back to Craig's comment. Craig, if you think about those numbers, like Larry said, 200 clicks, and if I get one sign up, that's low quality traffic.
It is.
That's solo ads are cold traffic, and they don't convert real easy. You're not going to get high percentages. So, and you have to be willing to sit on the phone and make the dials if you're going to get any conversions at all. For the most part, it's very rare to get a conversion out of a solo ad. At least that's been my experience. Larry, did you disappear?
Oh no, you know what? I was still a screen share. There I am.
So yeah, it's cold traffic, but I mean, if you want to buy 100 clicks and get them on your email list, and those people, and it looks like this might be a good source because they do have lists of people that are definitely internet marketing, and Larry's had success with them. So you get another 100, 200 names on your list that you can market to on a regular basis, and if they're not, like you say, Larry, if they're not dropping out every time you send them an email, there's long-term potential in there.
I've signed 3 people to Mastery, Chris, but I've used it more for. I'm just starting to use it now for my MLSP stuff more. Since January, I've signed 3 people up in Mastery in mostly solo ads.
And that buys a lot of solo ads.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, that's $300 a month. So.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I mean, if you could sign 3 people up to mastery and take a third or a half of that and reinvest it every month and sign up another person, you've got a nice little business going there after a while.
Yes,
I like
and
it. I like it.
I've used it more for my main company.
Mhm.
But I'm just now starting to do it. Like I said, I'm looking to build my chops bigger in Facebook marketing,
Mhm.
off my fan page, and also build my blog up. But the blog is going to take some time, and so I figure, and like everybody who knows who's on here who has a blog, it's better leads, more targeted leads because they're coming to your blog.
Mhm.
This takes longer, but if I keep them around on the email list. And I just, don't have a penchant to. It's not my family, so I don't have to worry about pissing them off as much.
All right. Great. Anybody else have any questions for Larry? Neat. Thank you, Larry. Cool.
Sure.
Michael, what are you up to these days?
I'm just reorganizing my my life in the dirt world so that I can focus more on what I need to do.
Okay.
Tuesdays and Thursdays is the day most things happen online that I want to participate in. It turns out it also happens that way in my community. All the business meetings I might choose to attend are noon on Thursday or in the evening on Tuesday. So I've now shuffled my life around so that I can attend this to start my Tuesday. Monday's our only designated day off in our household, so Tuesday's my first day back online. So it's all starting working out. It always takes us a while to get the mechanics of the life working properly so that you can focus on your business. And I went to school for 6 months straight and didn't deal with a bunch of stuff in the real world. So now that I've dealt with that and everything's still working, I can move forward and focus solely on the business with like more than half of my work week's attention instead of a quarter of it.
Cool. Neat. Alrighty.
I want to make a comment.
I don't know if we want to hear it.
Too bad.
Okay.
If you were going to be a person that sold leads, you certainly couldn't put our little ending that we put on our things that I will never, ever give up the privacy.
Well, that's right. That's right. I mean, these people actually do sell their lists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
It's, eventually I want to get away from it. I'm not looking to, sell solo ads and stuff like that, but, I'm using it to help build my list.
I think it's a good idea. Bert talked about it here a couple of months ago, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And he never came back and told us about it like he was going to. So,
Well, we could ask him.
yeah.
Alrighty then, friends. It sounds like we beat this one to death pretty much for today. We'll be back on Thursday unless anybody else has anything. Let me remind us, and everybody post their fan pages and YouTube's channels in the group, and I'll try to coordinate that and organize it. I will tell you, one of the reasons you had trouble finding my YouTube, Chris, is I actually have 4 YouTube channels out there. If anybody knows how to organize YouTube, I'd be happy to take a lesson on that one.
Is there a way to merge them?
I read that there isn't, but I don't know that for absolute 100% sure. I intentionally, I started with 2 YouTube channels, one for my single parenting. If you look at Mr. Single Parenting, you'll find that side of me out there. And then there's Mr. Len Mooney, the marketing side, and the reason Mr. Len Mooney is because Len Mooney was taken. But then YouTube has started 2 more channels for me. And I'm not quite sure I understand why they did what they did. But because these Lunch with Len videos are going to a different channel. And I have to copy them and move them if I want to get them into my main channel. So, and then there's the Profit with Angel and Len videos that are going someplace else. So it's like, it seems that webinars on air and Google Plus somehow decide to make new channels for you occasionally. And I don't know. I really don't fully understand it. It's something that it's gnawing at the back of my brain, but it hasn't come to the surface big with a lot enough bite to make me do anything about it yet. So, anyhow, unless anyone else has anything, that's all for today.
Good stuff. Thanks, Larry.
Thank you.
Okay.
Larry,
Thanks for the info.
Michael, nice to see you. Hope to see you again. I've lost track of what you're doing and when, so you might just shoot me a message and remind me, and I'll try to connect up with you again.
Tomorrow at noon Pacific is when it happens.
Okay. Okay.
And I will put you on the list so that you can join us if you have time and it fits in your day.
Okay, great. All right, going once, going twice.
Thanks, guys.